Sutra. Moreover, contemplator of the world souls Bodhisattva, in the future there may be pupils whose food and clothing are insufficient, who find their efforts thwarted, who endure much sickness or misfortune, whose families are not peaceful, whose relatives are scattered, who are accident prone, or who are often startled in their sleep by dreams. Upon hearing a Bodhisattva's name and seeing his image, such pupil should recite his name a full 10,000 times with extreme sincerity and respect. Those inauspicious circumstances will gradually disappear, and they will find peace and happiness. Their food and clothing will be abundant, and even in their dreams, they will be peaceful and happy. Commentary. Moreover, contemplator of the world souls Bodhisattva, in the future there may be people whose food and clothing are insufficient. They have no money to buy new clothes even if they want them. They may be willing to wear used clothing, but that kind of clothing is rare or cannot be found. They get a good meal one day, but only after a number of days do they get their next meal. Who find their efforts thwarted. Whatever they want, they do not get, including food and clothing, not to mention other things. Things go against their wishes. Who endure much sickness. They may be sick often. Perhaps they work, do business, or think of some way to earn money that is supposed to last a few months, but then they get sick unexpectedly. Their illnesses require money to pay for doctor visits, medicine, and hospitalization. Since there was no fund to purchase health insurance, they do not have insurance. Their illness uses up what little money they had. When they recover, their money is used up. Once they recover, they have to find some way to earn more money. When money comes, they get sick again. Why is this? This is a karmic obstruction or misfortune, inauspiciousness that makes everything worse, whose families are not peaceful. It is not the house, but it is the people in the house who are unpeaceful, whose relatives are scattered. Family members split up and do not get together often, who are accident prone. Things are hard on the body occur often. For example, if you want to be healthy, you get sick. Or who are often startled in their sleep by dreams. For instance, we were talking about dreams a few days ago about how some dream of assassinations by shooting or near hits by large stones weighing several hundred or several thousand tons rolling down from a mountain and down to the valley where they are, or they dream about walls next to them collapsing and nearly crush them to death. Their whole body breaks out in sweat from their frightening nightmares. Upon hearing a Bodhisattva's name and seeing his image, such people should recite his name a full 10,000 times with extreme sincerity and respect. Those inauspicious circumstances will gradually disappear, and they will find peace and happiness. Their unhappiness turns into joy because they have recited the Bodhisattva's name 10,000 times. The food and clothing will be abundant. They used to be short of clothing and food, but now they have an abundance of clothing and food. They have enough of everything, and even in their dreams they will be peaceful and happy. Sutra. Moreover, contemplator of the world souls Bodhisattva in the future, good men or women may have to enter mountain forests, cross rivers, seas, or other large bodies of water, or take dangerous routes either for the sake of earning their own livelihood or for public or personal affairs, matters of life and death, or other urgent business, Such people should first recite the name of a Bodhisattva a full 10,000 times. The ghosts and spirits of the lands they pass through will then guard and protect them in their walking, standing, sitting, and lying down. The peace and happiness of those people will constantly be preserved, so that even if they encounter tigers, wolves, lions, or any other harmful or poisonous creatures, they will not be harmed. Commentary. Moreover, contemplator of the Vows Bodhisattva, in the future, good men or women may have to encounter mountain forests, cross rivers, seas, or other large bodies of water, or take dangerous routes where there are wolves, tigers, leopards, or bandits, either for the sake of earning their own livelihood or for public or personal affairs, matters of life and death that require them to send notices to another person or other urgent business emergencies. Such a pupil should first recite the name of a Bodhisattva a full 10,000 times. The ghosts and spirits of the lands they pass through will then guard and protect them in their walking, standing, sitting, and lying down. The peace and happiness of those pupils will constantly be preserved. As you head to Taiwan now, do not be afraid. Your flight will be safe. I will guarantee your safety as long as you practice the 42 hands and eyes and the name of a stalking Bodhisattva. I accept insurance at any price, so that even if they encounter tigers, wolves, lions, the likes of ferocious beasts that eat people, or any other harmful or poisonous creatures, they will not be harmed. Sutra. The Buddha told contemplator of the Vows Bodhisattva, a Bodhisattva has a deep affinities with beings in Jambudvipa. Hundreds of thousands of years would not be time enough to describe the benefits derived by beings who see this Bodhisattva and hear his name. Therefore, contemplator of the Vows Bodhisattva, you should use your spiritual powers to propagate the sutra, thus enabling beings in the Side world to enjoy peace and happiness always, throughout hundreds of millions of years. Commentary. The Buddha told contemplator of the Vows Bodhisattva, a Bodhisattva has this type of cause, this kind of deep affinities with all beings in Jambudvipa, hundreds of millions, thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years would not be time enough to describe in detail the benefits derived by beings who see this Bodhisattva and hear his name. Therefore, contemplator of the Vows Bodhisattva, you should use your spiritual powers to propagate this sutra, thus enabling beings in the Side world to enjoy peace and happiness always, throughout hundreds of years, thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, and hundreds of millions of years. Sutra. At that time, the world honored one spoke verses saying, I observe that a store's awesome spiritual strength could not be described in ends numerous as the Ganges sands. Seeing, hearing, beholding, and bowing to him even once benefits people and gods in endless numbers of ways. Men and women, gods and dragons, near the end of their rewards and doomed to fall into the evil paths, can sincerely take refuge with this great being, thereby lengthening their lives and dispelling offenses. Commentary. At that time, the world honored one spoke verses saying, at that point in time, the world honored one was afraid that most people did not understand everything clearly, so he repeated what he said in verses. I observed that the stars awesome spiritual strength. Shakyamuni Buddha told Kwanshi Bodhisattva that I noticed the awesome virtue of a star and the strength of his spiritual powers could not be described in eons numerous as Ganges sands, even if I were to take as long a time as it takes to count all the grains of sand in the Ganges to describe the power of his might. I could not do it. Seeing, hearing, beholding, and bowing to him even once. Seeing a Bodhisattva's image and hearing a Bodhisattva's name by being respectful in a matter of a thought. Benefits people and gods in endless numbers of ways. The respect in one thought will earn them future benefits. They may become born in the heavens or the human realm. They may acquire an infinite number of benefits, men and women, gods and dragons, near the end of their rewards, and doomed to fall into the evil paths. When the bodies, their retribution proper, disintegrate, and their lives come to an end, they should fall into the threefold destinies. Can sincerely take refuge with this great being, a Bodhisattva, thereby lengthening their lives and dispelling offenses. They will live longer and their obstructions vanish. Sutra. Sometimes youngsters lose their kind and loving parents and do not know what path they are now on. Quite often, lots of brothers, sisters, and other kin were never known to their surviving relatives by sculpting or painting this Bodhisattva's image, and then beseeching, gazing at, and bowing to him, and holding his name in mind from three hands. Those relatives may see the Bodhisattva's body. The Bodhisattva may show them where those kin were born, and even quickly free those in bad destinies. If those praying can sustain their initial resolve, crowds may be wrapped, sexually predictions given. Commentary. Sometimes youngsters lose their kind of loving parents. They may have lost their father, mother, or sibling at a young age. They do not grow up in a loving family and do not know what paths they are now on. When they grow up and wonder where the family members' souls are, in which realm, quite often lost brothers, sisters, and other kin were never known to their surviving relatives they had never met when they were alive. By sculpting or painting this Bodhisattva's image, perhaps they use plaster, wood, stone, copper, metal, gold, silver, and other material to make images of a Bodhisattva, or they draw a paper an image of a Bodhisattva, and then beseeching, gazing at, and bowing to him. They grow sad at being so attached to gazing and worshipping a Bodhisattva. Consequently, they always bow to images of a Bodhisattva and holding his name in mind for 3 weeks. Those relatives may see the Bodhisattva's body. A Bodhisattva will manifest infinite Dharma bodies. The Bodhisattva may show them where those kin were born. He points out where their parents or siblings were reborn, and even quickly free those in bad destinies. Even if they were to fall into any of the 4 evil realms, they will visit it soon. If those praying can sustain their initial resolve, crowds may be wrapped, sexually predictions given. A Bodhisattva will wrap them on the crown of their heads and bestow predictions at that time. Sutra. Those determined who cultivate unsurpassed Bodhi and escape the suffering here in the 3 realms should let their great compassionate paths as they first behold and bow to this being, to this great being. That every vow they make will soon be fulfilled, and no bad karma will ever hinder or stop them. Some people may resolve to read the sutra texts, hoping to have confused beings reach the other shore. Although the vows they make are quite remarkable, Try as they may, they cannot remember what they read, because of their karmic obstacles and delusions. Those people cannot memorize the sutras Mahayana, but they can offer incense and flowers to a store and give them clothes, food, and other beloved material objects. They can set pure water on the Bodhisattva's altar, leaving it there a day and night before they drink it. They should rigorously abstain from pungent plants, alcohol, meat, improper sex, and false speech. For 3 weeks, they should not kill any creature while being mindful of the name of that great being. Then, in a dream, their vision may become boundless. Awakening, they may find that they now have keen ears. After that, when they hear the teachings of the sutras, they will never forget them for millions of lives. How inconceivable is this Bodhisattva in helping people like that gain such wisdom? Commentary. Those determined to cultivate unsurpassed Buddhi, people who want to practice to realize unsurpassed enlightenment and escape the suffering here in the 3 realms, they may even want to mark the resolve to transcend the insufferable distress of the triple realm, the realms of desire, form, and formlessness. Should let their greatly compassionate hearts unfold, having brought forth great kindness and great compassion. As they first behold and bow to this great being, they should first feel a sense of respect before an image of a star King Bodhisattva. Then every vow they make will soon be fulfilled. All your wishes will be realized soon, fulfilled quickly, and all bad karma will ever hinder to stop them. No karmic obstruction will ever prevent you from cultivating. Some people may resolve to read the sutra text. Some develop the resolves of Mahayana Bodhisattvas who wish to read and recite Mahayana Sutras, hoping to help confused beings such the other shore. Why read sutras? It is because that they wish to save all lost beings so that they transcend the triple realm and reach the other shore. Although the vows they make are quite remarkable, although they made such inconceivable vows, try as they may, they cannot remember what they read. They read Mahayana Sutras once and cannot remember. They read them twice and forget again. They forget as soon as they read them. They can never remember the words and phrases of status. They may look right at text and read them incorrectly, not to mention recalling them, because of their karmic obstacles and delusions. Why are people like this? They have a tremendous karmic obstruction that prevents them from memorizing the sutras. Those people cannot memorize the Mahayana Sutras. No matter how hard they try, they cannot recall and cannot commit them to memory. But they can offer incense and flowers to a store. What can they do about this? They should make offerings of incense, flowers, lamps, candies, and fruits to a store Bodhisattva, and give him clothes, food, and other beloved material objects. Perhaps make offerings of new clothing, fresh food, and all kinds of toys to a store Bodhisattva. They can set pure water on the Bodhisattva's altar. Place a bowl of clean water before an image of a store Bodhisattva, leaving it there a day and night before they drink it. After 24 hours, kneel before the Buddha or a store Bodhisattva. Both then drink this water while facing the south. They should rigorously abstain from pungent plants. Be especially sincere, not casual. Do not eat the 5 pungent plants: onions, garlic, scallions, shallows, and chives. Eating any of these things leaves your mouth with a strange taste, which is disrespectful to read the sutra and avoid them. Alcohol, meat, improper sex, and false speech. Avoid alcohol, meat, sexual misconduct, and dishonesty. Observe the five precepts against killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and taking intoxicants. For 3 weeks, we should not kill any creature, should not steal, should not engage in sexual misconduct, and should not lie, and should not take intoxicants. While being mindful of the name of that great being, the utmost in being mindful of the name of Ashta Bodhisattva and contemplate the vows and behavior of Ashta Bodhisattva. Utmost mindfulness means entertaining no other thoughts. Then in a dream, the vision may become valid. They are extremely sincere to the point that they see Ashta Bodhisattva and his Palaceof Dharma body in their dreams. Awakening, they may find that they now have a keen ears. When they wake up from their dream, their ears are smart and keen. They do not forget anything if I hear it just once. After that, when they hear the teachings of the sutras, all the Mahayana sutras that they read only need to be heard once. They will never forget them for millions of lives. They will not forget for tens of millions of lives, not to mention this mere lifetime. For tens of millions of lives, they will remember the meanings contained in these sutras. How inconceivable is this Bodhisattva? The various conditions described earlier occur because of Ashta Bodhisattva's inconceivable states and spiritual powers. In helping people like that, such wisdom, they can help those with poor memory develop excellent memory. Those with feeble mind become intelligent. He has the spiritual power to enjoy an entertaining of responses and the spiritual. Sutra. Beings may be impoverished or plagued with disease. Their homes may be troubled, their relatives scattered. They may find no peace even in sleep or dreams. Their efforts may be totally thwarted. But beholding and bowing to a star's image and can cause all those evils to simply disappear. Dreams will become entirely peaceful. Food and clothes are ample. Spirits and ghosts, now guardians. Commentary. Beings may be impoverished or plagued with disease. Their homes can be troubled or disaster stricken according to and crumbling, their relatives scattered. They may find no peace even in sleep or in dreams. They have violent nightmares. Their efforts may be totally thwarted. Things go against their wishes and do not get their wishes met. Even what they wish for in their dreams they do not get. But beholding and bowing to a strong image, regardless of the difficulty, simply bow and pay respect to images of Ashta Bodhisattva. Most sincerely, keeping in mind this idea, intent, or wish, can cause all those evils to simply disappear and flow far away within you realize it. Dreams will become entirely peaceful and auspicious. Food and clothes ample. Spirits and ghosts now guardians. They are not short of any clothes or food. Spirits and ghosts protect those who gaze at and pay respects to Ashta Bodhisattva so that everything goes as they wish, happy and lucky. Sutra. When people need to pass through mountain, forest, cross the seas, or go among evil birds and beasts, even people, evil spirits, evil ghosts, and evil even evil winds, to put themselves in order to difficult situations. They need only gaze in worship and make in getting offerings, make offerings. So an image of the mighty Ashtar Bodhisattva in response to all the evils in those mountain forests and on those vast seas will simply disappear. Commentary: when people need to or want to pass through mountain forests, cross the sea, and go among evil birds and beasts, evil people, their valleys and their scoundrels and robbers hiding in the mountain forest, venomous dragons, ferocious beasts, tigers, and leopards, as well as a scoundrel, make the passage travel overseas on mountains dangerous. Even spirits, evil ghosts, and even evil winds, do not consider all spirits good. There are good spirits and evil spirits. There are also good ghosts and evil ghosts. There are also evil winds. Evil winds are the stirring of monsters and demons, ghosts and goblins, or to put themselves in other difficult situations such as all kinds of catastrophes and miseries. They need only gaze in worship and make dealings to Ashtar Bodhisattva, to a holy image of the mighty Ashtar Bodhisattva in response to all the evils in those mountain forests, such as the scoundrels, evil beasts, evil foe, and evil dragons, evil ghosts, and evil spirits on those vast seas will simply disappear. All such will disappear into the thin air.